I am Barrett from Body Mechanics Orthopedic Massage, for those of you who don't know me. And I wanted to take some time to do a little bit of a video on why we started this business, or why I started this business, I should say, because it is essentially what makes us a pretty special company. I opened this business in 2013, and I originally opened it not intending to hire other people or to have multiple locations. I opened it because, there wasn't really anywhere for me to work in New York City. I kept working for other people, and what would happen is I ended up in charge of things, or they would give me all the really scary clients, that they were either afraid to treat, or somebody else didn't wanna treat, or it was a really complicated case, and, I was doing a lot of advising and I wasn't getting paid for it, so I just thought, "Oh gosh, I gotta work on my own," and I was really, not excited about the work that I was doing. The reason for that is because I had another designation, which is called an RMT, which is a registered massage therapist. That's an Ontario-based Canadian designation, and the scope of practice for that included rehab. Um, and so when we opened, the intention was just for me to find a place to work where I was going to pull the kinds of clients that I was used to working with, more in a rehabilitation capacity, so to speak. Obviously, like here in New York, staying in the scope of practice. But what happened is I opened, and it turned out that a lot of people also wanted to work with those kinds of clients. So our clients and our staff are really highly specialized. And the reason for that is when we hire people, they're usually looking to learn something. And a lot of the really amazing programs that we have, like the TMD program or TMJ, jaw pain, um, exist because somebody said to me, I want to learn how to do that. The TMD program comes from a really wonderful person, called Sarah Anderson, who was one of our original employees, and I'm still friends with her today. And she was a singer, a vocalist, and a pianist, and did all kinds of wonderful things. And she wanted to work with people that were using their voice. So I had this training from Ontario that had a lot of intraoral treatment, and I was trained to work with those things. And so I sat down with her and we decided that this would be something she would do and it would be our project together. And we built that for her. Every single specialized program that we have basically has some sort of story like that. And we are so passionate about training and education. I would say, like, I love doing what I do. I love serving the people that I serve in our client base, but we are serving two populations at once. The people who come and want to work at our location are not in it for the money, although that, it's a job. People get paid to be there, but they also usually have some very strong desire to learn new skills. And we can do that primarily for them because they're employees. A lot of massage therapists are actually 1099s, which means they're not full employees, which means they can't receive additional training, at least not from their employer, because they're supposed to be self sufficient in their skills. And with our staff, that is not the case. We spend a lot of time training them. And that is my that in home today, and that is my laundry going off. So we spend a lot of time training our employees, and it's a really kind of different kind of company. Essentially, one of my biggest joys is when we train people, they become better and better at their jobs, and then they no longer want to work for us anymore. In fact, they become our competitors. And that has happened over and over and over to us. And it is not so much a loss for our business. I view it as a win. It says to me that we're doing something right. But, we very much operate like an educational company. And my goal isn't just on opening more and more locations and making more and more profit, because it's not really sustainable for the work we do, because we're really invested on these very one-on-one learning experiences and then the one-on-one treatments that we provide to people with these very specialized programs.